What's up, guys? Blizzard released a new patch for Heroes of the Storm and we had a lot of changes right now. And so far there haven't been any big tournaments that have been played, but the teams are of course practicing not only in Hero League but also in the new Team League and are trying to experiment with the new heroes and also with of course the changes that have been made to the existing ones. Like Jaina, for example, getting a huge buff in DPS and therefore being played in a lot more compositions. At the same time we are suddenly having a hero like Murky getting a very interesting talent, and that was one of the things why we are suddenly seeing Murky being played in a game. And I got a couple of replays that I commentated for you from top teams that played against each other, and one of the things that we really want to take a look at today is not only Sylvannas but also how Murky suddenly fits into the new patch. Is it suddenly a hero that is actually viable in competitive play or not? Gamers2 at least try to play him, and you can judge for yourself what you think is going to happen with the hero here. So we're going to jump into a match between Gamers2 and Baron4, the Polish team up against the French team here on Dragonshire, and let's jump into the map and find out if Murky can make the difference here.
Alright everybody, we have a match on Cursed Hall on our hands between Gamers2 and Baron4, a game that was played during Team League after the patch, so teams experimenting a lot, and also a couple of YOLO builds, and you can see that starts with the first hero that we have to introduce here today, ADRD playing Murky. Exactly, Murky got buffed or changed in the patch. We're going to talk about that in a second. So Gamers2 is actually giving him a shot here. Nika playing Sylvannas. We have Shaihu on Arthas, Yo on Tassadar, and Leo from Korea on Uther. To the right side, as the red team, we have Baron4 with Narsi. Narsi is playing Rhaegar. Lizfok is playing Zagara. Karma on Jaina. Yeah, that guy is playing Illidan. And Roni is playing ETC. So, well, we can talk, of course, about the new patch. We can talk a bit about the builds that are being used here. But once again, I would just want to highlight that this is really just a Team League game that has been played between the two teams. So this is just like experimenting. This is not one of those competitive tournaments where you end up in the final and you want to play like a new meta strategy. This is really teams trying builds, trying the new heroes, trying the changes of the patch. It's pretty awesome regardless, like it's fun games, but just keep that in mind when you see a few of those builds and the talents. This is still experimental mode for them. So right now, we're having to focus on the man of the hour, or the thing of the hour. It is Murky! Murky already dead, but going straight for the power fish. Oh my god, poor Murky. Level 1 talent for him is the Assault Egg. I mean, of course, why not? Health and sight range of the egg is increased by 150%. And actually, in this case, Murky just put that egg up right in the middle there. It's like no fucks given. Just putting it right into that bush where you will see like 1,000 people rush in at any given point in time when they want to go to a tribute. So we're going to see how Murky is going to do here, but of course he's not the only focus for us. We're also going to have another look at Sylvannas, who goes for With the Wind, and we've seen a couple of Sylvannas games already, and you can really tell that this is just a reoccurring theme, that we're having this talent taken first. With most of the players, it is then on level 4 in Venom, and on level 7 you're going for follow through, but people are still experimenting with the builds on Sylvannas, so it's not necessarily a choice that we're going to see here in this game. We're having, for the team to the right side, we're having that Jaina build with the Chill as the trade taken here immediately. In the mid lane it is currently Illidan going up against Yova, and Murky is up here at the top. Another change that was actually made to Murky is that now the pufferfish cast duration was reduced by 75%, and that is insanely good. That is so damn good. So Murky by now, with the slime and with the pufferfish, and also of course with that new talent that he has on level 4, is suddenly a really interesting hero for a lot of teams, and we might actually see him in a couple of situations here. So he could be played in competitive play this patch. We're going to talk about his level 4 talent now, which is what changes kind of everything for him. Because on level 4, Murky-san gets a talent that is called Living the Dream. And in German it's actually called YOLO, which is even better. But as you can see here, it passively grants you 10% ability power flat out, and then every 5 seconds you gain another % of ability power up to a maximum of 15. So if you stay alive for a long time, you can have plus 25% ability power. And now imagine Murky with Octograb, with a new pufferfish and double slime, and getting all those talents in and suddenly doing just work. Just doing absolute work against an opponent. That's pretty darn good. So this is one of those things that we will see occasionally, and this is of course something that currently Gamers2 is experimenting with. They're running an Arthas in this composition as well that focuses on the Frozen Wastes on level 4 and Regeneration Master on level 1. At the bottom lane currently we're having Rhaegar trying to keep Sylvannas away from those towers. With a passive trait she can easily disable those and then start to push the lanes in. Murky is still doing his thing up here to the top. And by now, Murky can actually get all of that ability power that we've been talking about earlier. And we're going to check that out right now. You can already see that he's at 12. So he has 12 stacks, 13 stacks, and that is starting to add up. And of course, then do also quite a significant amount of damage. Sylvannas in this case not going for Envenom, but instead going for the Ranger's Ambush with the, well, it just replenishes your Withering Fire charges, which can give you a bit more DPS in those cases. Over in the mid lane needs to be careful as the Baron4 players are still jumping in, trying to take him down here. We have for Jaina not the Blizzard talent taken on the next talent, but instead it is actually for her now the Arcane Intellect. Oh, there's the egg! There's the egg! And ADRD just runs away and places another one, or at least tried to. Did you see that the last second didn't work? So, YOLO egg for ADRD, and he's still there. Yeah, Murky, he's a man, and there comes the pufferfish now. So going straight for that damage, trying to put that out. So far they're doing a nice job with a fight for the tribute here. Another egg right placed right here. Murky doesn't care. ADRD, he does not care. Murky on the move, a man on a mission. And of course he's getting out of the ring up those additional charges. He's at 15 right now, but gets taken out, losing his power charges. He's now back to 10% flat out ability damage bonus. And is of course trying to build that up once more. Here comes the pufferfish, but down goes Arthas. And Murky is doing his thing, but Illidan is jumping in already. Murky getting low once more. Oh, but he gets the kill in. He gets the kill. Murky gets the kill in. He dies as well, but they take down Rhaegar after Illidan. Two heroes are missing in that fight. They're still at the bot lane. It is Jaina and Sylvannas, and Murky once again on the move. Murky! And ETC goes down. Murky trying to hunt down Zagara, going straight for the bubble. We have level 7 talents for both of the teams already in the game, of course. Oh, and Murky dying again. But right now we're having him with a compressed air, so the increased area of the pufferfish. And you can see that that tribute is still alive, by the way. The tribute has not been taken. And just look at that egg over there. He's just going full for it. Ah, there we go. Leo! Okay, this time they're gonna get it. This time they're getting it, and Murky, of course, now that he's alive for a couple of seconds, is really starting to build up that additional ability power. Down to the bot lane, we're having Life Drain taken with a Shadow Dagger. Not really the talent, like, this level 7 talent, it's actually like one of those talents where you see the most, the most variation on Sylvannas right now. Murky actually in a bit of trouble up there to the top, trying to capture the cam, but yeah, he doesn't get that. Bit unfortunate for him. I guess Murky actually with the level 4 talent now is gonna do pretty well capturing those additional, capturing those some mercenaries. Puts another egg over here already and retreats. But KO takes those eggs down. With the assault egg on level 1, that thing is actually, in a position where it is pretty sustainable, I have to say. Illidan needs a couple of seconds to take that one down. But yeah, so pretty fun game at this point so far already, and you can really see that the teams are experimenting and having fun there too. Level 10, this is of course where things are starting to become very interesting with Murky in particular, since we're going to see Octograb. Or are we? Octograb would be the most common choice, like the choice that you would expect, I want to say. And yes, it is Octograb. It is Octograb. We have Rune Tap still on Arthas on level 7, as in the good old times. Down here, when you're looking at Baron4, having standard builds on Rhaegar. Jaina is going for the level 7 talent with a Frostbitten. Pretty normal to see her taking that. Illidan, of course, with the standard build. Oh my god, it's the Force Wall! The new Force Wall! Gamers2 goes all the way right now. They go for Force Wall here, so they're trying to use the OP power of the Protoss Force Field. It got a bit changed, like it builds up much faster, and it looks a little bit different as well. Murky, best man, and once again getting that tribute for his team. 2 tributes against 1. And, well, ADRD already starting to move around the map once again. Murky on the Billy Mount, which is, by the way, absolutely ridiculous. The only thing that looks better is, I feel, Murky on the money pick. Oh, and yes, Octograb and the fish! The fish! Look at the damage! The fish doing the damage, and Murky 15%. He has 25% right now. The 15 stacks, as you can see over here for Living the Dream. So 25% additional damage power already. This is fun. This is gorgeous. This is absolutely amazing. Murky going for it, and yeah, Murky is chasing ETC away. You saw it here first. The egg is still there, and Aroni is like, can I kill the egg? And he's like, damn, Murky is chasing me. I can't kill the damn egg. So he needs to move away. Shaiku is already starting to move in. Oh, they're trying to get him, but with the power slide, he gets away, at least for now. Ooh, the force wall! The force wall, and Aroni on his ETC, he's like, now I know how Zerg feels. Yeah, well, Yova is trying to move away with his... By the way, we didn't really see that new mount just yet, at least not in action. I didn't really pay attention to it just yet, but of course with the Mecha Tassadaka you can use that now. The force wall is there again, and I think, yeah, ETC feels a bit silly at this point. Illidan moves in now too, but there's Murky again, the egg right over there in plain sight. He didn't even move it. Murky just doesn't care, and the force wall, can they combine it? Oh, the heal, and the Octograb is there. Oh, and the kill! Illidan is dead, and Gamers2, they start moving in. Murky is leading the charge, and he dies, losing his stacks now, at least a few of them. But it's level 12 versus level 11, 6 kills versus 2.5. And, well, there we have Karma already moving back. You're trying to trap him with a force wall. That didn't really work out. And over here, yes, it is... they're starting to move away as we speak. But Nika is already on the way up to the top. And, well, we are looking once again for the force wall, trapping Lizfok here. Lizfok on Zagara dies 7 kills against 2. And Gamers2 is starting to do some work here. Looking a bit at the build for Uther, which has been changed significantly, at least for this particular game, since the Uther changes were pretty real. Block taken at level 1, the protective shield still the talent that has been chosen here on level 7. But with the burden of guild on, on level 4, with the burden of guild on level 7, it's a bit of a different move there right now, as you can already see, and that already includes the Blessed Champion that we are seeing now on level 13. So Murky still with 10 additional stacks now. A move down to the bot lane by Baron4. They're 2 levels behind right now. And they're trying to defend with Zagara. Murky jumps in and he gets the kill. Murky damage at 10,000. It's not really all that impressive just yet, but it's just absolutely hilarious to see him like contribute to those fights. And he can actually start to do quite some damage with that slime. And now that we're having the Octograb, this is of course the important thing that we've been talking about. Down here it is still, yeah, the good old Golem that does his work. Murky is still part of the fight, and they keep Sylvannas with that passive ability that she has there is just absolutely insane for situations like these. Always disabling a fort, and that allows you to do just so much more damage since you're not slowed down any longer. Oh, Illidan jumping in. Murky still in the middle of the fight, tries to go for another puller for fish, maybe going for slime first, but nope, they lose Sylvannas and Arthur's first, and Murky, bam, gets completely taken out here. Yeah, there comes the egg once again, and this time it's not going to survive. This time they're going to kill it. But ADRD is going there, trying to zone them out, at least for now. Murky on the way back, but look at Yovon, his Mecha Tassadar. He is dying as well. The 13 talent, on the other hand, on the side of Murky, what do we have here? We're having the Wrath of Cod, which increases the puffer damage against the slime targets. And this is really when things are starting to become extremely dangerous. When you take level 16 talent, where Pufferfish automatically casts slime on the location where he drops, you can with Octograb and then Pufferfish plus slime really do a lot, since it also stacks. So that is extremely dangerous. They're taking down the boss at the bot lane. And you can really tell that even though we haven't seen Baron4 really do a whole lot of work in this game so far, with both of the bosses taken by them, they're starting to push back quite a bit. They lost the keep on the other hand, and that is a pretty big deal here, especially when after a single team fight that you lose with Sylvannas, you can really start to wreck some structures. So if they die in another big fight, then they give Gamers2 an opportunity to maybe end the game right away. But for now, we're having for both of the teams an additional set of talents. It's the 13 talents that we're having on the side of Baron4. We haven't really talked about them yet too much, so we're gonna just like have a quick look at that with the Icy Veins on Sylvannas, the Feral Lunge taken on Rhaegar, the Grooved Spines in the case of Zagara, and of course for the ETC with the Uber Rockstar and the Shadow Shield talent, or the Evasion talent I should say, on Illidan on level 13. Pretty much the standard builds that you would expect here. Yeah, Murky doing actually quite a lot of damage again with the 15 stacks that he has, so 25% additional ability damage, and there it is, the slimy pufferfish has already been taken, so that's exactly what Baron4 has to be very careful about right now. We're having also, after Sylvannas took Splinter Shot on level 13, we're having now the additional Windrunner talent on for the wave, the Haunting Wave on level 16. And, well, down here, it's still Arthur's up at the front. There's that force wall once again. And you have to ask yourself, of course, wouldn't Archon maybe have been better here? Wouldn't that have been the better talent, maybe? Oh, Shaiku is in a bit of trouble. Here comes the pufferfish, and starting to do his thing. The egg is all the way to the left. Karma healed in the last second by an ancestral healing. Murky down, and Arthur's down as well. Leo is on the run. The healing ward only healing 2 ticks and not 3 anymore as in the last patch. And with that, it's just 2 more heroes dead. And very, very well done here. The force field actually saving them for now, but not for long, or maybe. With the stage dive, he was jumping in, and Yoba, I mean, yeah, he's not making it there either. So suddenly it's that turnaround, and Baron4 is on the move. They're really starting to go for it. Nika trying to escape with a haunting wave. Can he jump away? Oh, it doesn't look like he can. Nika going down, and Murky, oh my god, Murky. There's only Murky alive, nobody else. Murky want Murky to rule them all, and he is trying. I mean, oh hell yeah, he's trying. You can push them back for now. I mean, if you see a Murky running towards you, then you better move out of the way, and you move out of the way fast, and that's what he does. So right now we have a double blood for blood taken level 16 together with the Brood expansion and imposing presence here. So both of the teams are within 16 talents on the map, but we're having a level lead by now, nearly a level lead for Baron4. So at this point, I mean, once again, I want to highlight once more that this is the beginning of the patch, and the teams in this Team League match are just like trying to experiment a bit with the new heroes in the builds. Yova is still using that Mecha Tassadar with that amazing mount animation right now, going for that jet. So that's pretty damn cool. We're having once again, just in the middle of things, the egg there. Just Murky doesn't care. But yeah, of course, that new talent there with a force wall is something where you could ask yourself, well, is it really something where we're going to see that in the future a lot more often, or is it just an experiment? Is it going to be the Twilight Archon after that? Murky, by the way, with 18,000 damage right now at this point, so not really able to keep up with the rest of the DPS heroes here, but of course that Octograb alone is already giving you quite a lot of utility. 10 kills against 8. They're trying to push that in up here at the top. Murky is on the way, has still a 25% additional power, and going for the push here, trying to land, of course, another good pufferfish, or at least that should be the goal for him at this point. And that's, yeah, there we go. Shaiku is already there at the front with his aura. Nice more against 3, and that is exactly what Baron4 needed to drop. Like 2 heroes right off the bat. They are dropping Nika and Leo as well. This late in the game, you can really tell that there are a couple of gaps, a couple of flaws in that build that we're seeing for the team. And now ADRD, he knows very well that the egg is just up there, so he just runs away at this point. They ignore the egg, it's just like too tanky. That egg is way too tanky, and Baron4, they just move through the map. They're trying to finish the game right now. Gamers2 might have gambled a bit too much here, and this looks like it could be game. Murky dying here as well, or Murky is already up and trying to just like save them for now, but it doesn't really look like he's going to be able to make that. Dying once more, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is Baron4 in his Team League match here on Battle.net, taking out Gamers2. Pretty fun match though. We have seen a lot of the heroes now, Murky in action, and maybe potentially he's one of the heroes that we're going to see a bit more in this patch. At least the teams are experimenting with it, and I love it. Great game, and GG, and of course congratulations to Gamers2. And Baron4.
Baron4 takes the game, and Murky, well, he tried, but he could not really stop that onslaught. But especially at the beginning of the game, and once that level 10 hit, it was really something to see with Murky going for those Octograbs, getting the pufferfish in, and all that additional damage. So maybe not quite the build that really works out as a team composition, with them also using the force wall and using Arthurs. But I mean, what do you think? Do you think that Murky is going to be played a bit more in the patch? Do you think that he can actually work in comms? I know that a lot of teams are currently experimenting with that, Gamers2 only being one of them, and you could really see that there's some potential there. But what do you think? Do you think we're going to see a lot more Murky in this patch? Write a comment in the comment section on the YouTube video. If you enjoyed the match, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and of course, if you have not subscribed to Khaldor TV yet, then definitely do that and hit that button. And I'm going to see you guys next time with more Heroes of the Storm in the new Sylvannas patch in the game. So have a great day, and bye bye.